All right, we're gonna officially start the meeting here since Dustin's here.
I'm here.
So just gonna do first up on the agenda. I have a very short agenda today, basically just the esports wrap up, and then talking about Avis schedule, and then a brief thing about the Rocket League tournament. So first off, the esports wrap up. We went undefeated last week in the team sports, 7-0, which was incredible. It did include 2 forfeits, however, from the Overwatch opponents and League of Legends opponents that we were supposed to play that week. But still, 5-0 in actual matches, still impressive. So far this week, our Smash Purple team took a win off Juniata College on Monday, and then our Valorant team fell last night to Providence College in a close match that went to overtime in Game 2. The VODs are up if you want to watch those. And tonight we have Overwatch taking on also Providence College at 8 p.m. And tomorrow we have a triple header, starting with a matinee as our Rocket League Orange team goes up against West Virginia University at 3:15 p.m. Then Rocket League Purple takes on Central Maine Community College at 8 p.m. And then late at night we've got our League of Legends team taking on Carroll University at 9:30. So far we have no matches on Friday yet. As for... Oh, sorry, you're going to say something, Parker?
I said Pog.
Oh, okay. As for the Avis schedule, tonight at 5, I'll be streaming and reacting live to the Nintendo Direct, which will likely include the new Smash character announcement, so make sure you tune in for that when I am inevitably disappointed by Crash or Eggman getting in. And then tomorrow at 6, Dustin will be streaming another game as part of our celebration of Black History Month and Black Game Developers. What do you have lined up for us, Dustin? And he's not here.
I love that game.
Perfect. I thought he said he was here. Didn't you guys
I'm
hear him
here.
earlier?
He is here.
Oh, there he
here.
is. What's up?
I'm here. Yeah.
So what game are you streaming for us tomorrow?
Oh, I was indecisive. I wanted to see what you guys thought I want to do. I mean, I'm open to any of these games. There's a
You
bunch
got a
of new
couple
ones
options? Yeah, throw them out here.
Yeah, so there is. Let me see. Let me just pull it back up. There is Swim Sanity is one of them.
Oh, I already played that.
Which looks really cool.
Yep.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, that was the first one. I played that 2 weeks
We'll limit
ago.
these options real quick.
Yeah, just kill through them. There is She Dreams Elsewhere, which I don't even think that's actually out yet. I was looking for it earlier. I don't think it's on Steam yet. So,
all right, 2 for 2. Great start. Keep going.
Yeah. Five Force Fighters might not be out yet either. There was a couple other ones I was looking at, but I didn't have. I mean, you already did the one I wanted to do anyway, so you kind of killed that mood for me. But I don't know if none of these are kind of options for you guys. What do you think? What do you think is a good one to stream out there? Something that's new and current. I mean, I was saying what Roger doesn't want me to play, but hey, I'm not going to say
that's not a POC developed game.
It's not. I know.
So I mean,
So-
I think whatever. Just think about what type of game you want to play. You know, a shooter, a creative game, a puzzle game, whatever you're down for tomorrow, and then just literally Google that type of game, and I'm sure there's a POC game developed by that you can pick up on Steam.
Yeah, I can send you some lists too.
Yeah,
after the meeting.
I got a bunch of them. Yeah, do that because I have a bunch on my library, but probably none of them you guys want me to play. So
we'll
that's fine. Send me a list. I'll play. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll call it a variety stream for now. But that'll be tomorrow at 6. So the last thing that I have is the Rocket League tournament. I'm still waiting to hear back about the prizes from Student Life to see if Student Life can supply those. I'm hoping to double the prize pool from our past events so that way each player still comes away with the same amount of money as they would if they played in one of our 1v1 tournaments that we've held in the past. Since I'd like to do a 2v2 tournament. It's our first team event, and we have a very strong Rocket League community at Post, so I feel like we could definitely get a good amount of teams for that with the 2 players. Probably not with 3, that would be a lot, but Definitely with 2. Also, I had an idea if we could potentially open up the event to non-post U students and players as long as one person on each team was a student or employee at post,
Members
and then have a
associated.
3v3 tournament, because that would open up a lot more options for players, because there would only need to be one person from post U on each team. What do you guys think about that, or should we just keep it as 2v2? Everyone has to be post U.
The only thing I was gonna say is that if we make it 3v3, that's a lot more in prizes than you're actually asking for currently.
Well, for the prizes, the way it would work is that only the post students would, or employees or family members would be actually eligible to receive the prizes. The other people will be playing for fun. Because I don't think that Student Life would want to support giving out prizes to random people that aren't even affiliated with Post. So that's the one option.
I think it'll be harder to swing.
If it was, yeah, well, I wouldn't triple the prize pool if it was a 3v3 tournament. What I would do is probably try to just increase it a little bit from our 1v1 tournament prize pool of the $400, maybe like a $500 or $600 prize pool, and then just split it up evenly based on, you know, how many post students or employees were on the winning teams. But it was just an idea. We don't have to do it that way, certainly.
I feel like we could do a 2v2 tournament and then have one post and then one non instead of a 3v3.
Oh, you'd want to do a 2v2 with only one person required?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Anyone else
I
have
would say
thoughts on that?
For this one, that it's coming up relatively quickly, we should probably stick with what we had already planned, and then we can like think about that for the future with bringing in non-post affiliated gamers or whatever you want to call them.
I think that might be better for
it opens up a whole new world. Right?
Yeah, sorry, Chris, go ahead. Yeah.
Because you can have them. You can do that with like so many other games, right? With like Overwatch and with.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
All these other games.
I was just gonna say that actually, like maybe a game that has a higher amount of players per team, like you were just saying, Overwatch or League of Legends or something, that might make more sense to do it in that format, because then it would be much easier to actually form the teams. You wouldn't have to worry about finding a full team of 5 people from post U. Like we can barely do that, you know, for the actual varsity teams, let alone for you know, for a tournament on the side. So yeah, that's an idea. I think we'll just keep it 2v2. Everyone has to be a post student, employee, or immediate family member. And then yeah, as soon as I hear back from the prizes, we'll set a date. I want to try to have it be at least 2 or 3 weeks out from when I hear about the prizes and can actually lock in all of the specifics about that event, because we need time for people to, you know, actually find out about it and register.
So I had an idea. If you would like, because the only game so far that we have a varsity team for that we haven't done or haven't had a scheduled tournament for yet is what, Valorant, right?
And Rocket League, unless you count the homecoming event, which I don't, because that wasn't a public tournament.
Well, no, because we're talking about Rocket League right now. So the one after this.
Oh, you're
Rocket
saying the
League
next one? Yeah.
Could be a Valorant one, and we can test the whole, like, at least one member of your team has to be a post student, associate, or affiliate, and then the other members of the team can be people that aren't associated with post but are associated with the student who is, or the person who is associated with post. So it could be like a test run. We could do it on Valorant, maybe.
Can't wait for Leo to bug all of his immortal friends. Hey, come win some money from me.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great time. And Johnny too. He's got like a bunch of diamond friends. It's gonna be Pog.
The other thing too, though, about that is we're opening up kind of a can of worms in terms of the potential toxicity that we could see, because we don't know these people, right?
This was your suggestion, John. That's
Well,
all I'm saying.
with
I'm
that,
just talking about it with you guys. That's why we're talking about it. That's just something that I thought of just now as we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And this
Well,
is-
if there's ever any like case of toxicity, we could put it in the rules. Like if there's no,
Hmm.
these are the strict rule sets that you have to abide by. There's going to be no toxic in-game chat. There's no teabagging, none of like no stuff like that. And if they break that rule, their whole team is disqualified.
Yeah.
Like
So-
as
so
sick as
wait.
it's not.
You'd have like
So
requirements for
this
non.
is the idea of letting other friends of friends join.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that idea. I'll just put it out there. I'm
The
going
voice
on
of
record.
reason, Roger. Everybody.
No,
I'm with him. I'm
and-
with him. I don't like it either.
I'm with Roger too. I don't like the idea.
I hate it just because look, to King Leo's a fantastic example, right? Like he's awesome, and he's gonna reach out to his diamond friends. And they're gonna come in and swoop up cash. And it becomes, at what point does it post become a feeding ground for, semi-pros to come in and realize we have tournaments and yoink cash, and there's no intent of them ever being a student or
Hmm.
being part of the club or whatever. We just start giving out cash to friends of
Right.
friends. I
Right.
hate the idea. Sorry.
Same.
I still
No,
love
that's
you, though.
okay. That's why.
I still
That's
love you,
why
though,
we're
Josh.
talking.
I agree with Roger. That's just me though.
I think the
I
only pro about it is just having more people and more competitors. Make a
Well,
bigger
Yeah, and is
tournament.
that worth the
Yeah.
downside?
We could
for
maybe
them?
have events with no prizes. Just have an event. I've had a couple people reach out to me after our events and say, like, this was great. When's the next one? I don't even care if there's prizes. Just, have these events. Just have it be for
Hey, we could
bragging rights,
try
Um,
Well,
non-pro
I have
students
an
with
idea.
no prizes.
Yeah, and I have an idea to throw on the table about that. Is what if we did a teaching compete, right? Like, what if we did something like we had a tournament and it was like, if you do you dabble in this game? Join. Come in and hang out for the first hour, and we're gonna do some tips and tricks, and then we're gonna have a tournament afterwards, right? So like to that point, maybe we can get the some casuals that are a little intimidated to jump in,
mm,
that would want to be part of it. So it's like a teaching compete, right? So we have Leo come in and the captain of every team come in and do like an hour long. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. And then maybe if we could get them in the door for that part, they'd stay for the actual, like, we wouldn't have that big like 60 people sign up and 30 people actually play thing. I don't know,
mhm.
just a thought.
Yeah, that would be crazy if we had 60 people sign up and 30 people play.
Yeah, it's like
That's a
60
good
people sign
idea.
up and 5 people play.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
a good
think,
idea.
like, a teaching compete format could be kind of cool, where we just say like, have you ever been interested in this game? Do you own it but don't play it? Come
I
hang
think
out
it'd
with
have to
us.
be a weekend thing too. It seems like
Yeah,
it'd take a while.
What'd you
Yep.
say, Crispy?
It'd be like a weekend kind of event
Oh, yeah.
instead of like a Thursday.
Yeah. I try to run most of these events on, either a Friday night or the weekend. That way it doesn't interfere with, homework or classes the next day
Classes,
or any of our
sleep schedule.
practices and stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it. We can talk more about that, later on after the after the Rocket League event is over and we're deciding what we want to do for the next one. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I had. Anybody else have something to bring up?
Jesse.
I do.
Okay.
Or go ahead, Jesse. Jesse, go first.
So Roger could go first. It's fine.
Nope, Jesse, you're a student. You go first.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you remember this, Coach, but I had messaged you a while ago talking about doing a collaboration event with Epic.
Yep.
Sometime in March and April.
Yes, I remember that.
We could talk about that more next meeting, or
Mhm.
we could talk about it right now if you want. I don't know.
Well, my agenda was pretty short. We're only 20 minutes into the meeting. Let's talk about it now. I'd hate for it to keep getting pushed to the back burner, and then we're really busy in all the other meetings, and it's like, let's talk about it later, and then it just, now it's here. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's talk about it now.
Okay. Well, first, let me make sure everyone knows what Epic is. Does anyone know what Epic is at all?
Yeah.
Epic
do?
Games.
No,
Epic
not Epic
Games.
Games. Oh my god, you
How about
clown.
we just assume that nobody in the room knows what you're talking about, and they're afraid to say that they
Yeah,
don't know.
Not Epic
let's
Games.
assume that Chris Ramirez is an idiot, but we all assume that anyways. So continue.
Okay, so Epic, not Epic Games, is a student leader position at Post, which is empowering peers, inspiring community. In normal situations, we run events that are health related, and that can be like physical health, mental health, etc. And we've been struggling lately with the online stuff, so I figured I'd ask if you guys wanted to collaborate with me, and Parker is also an Epic member too.
Yeah.
So that way we can host at least 2 events. The events that I talked about with, or briefly mentioned to Coach were, well, now Parker's taking over one idea. Parker wants to do some type of fitness stream.
Woo.
We could talk about the details in a second. And then I want to do in April, it's Autism Awareness Month, so I would love to do a charity stream for autism awareness. We can figure out a game, and like it doesn't have to be a 24-hour stream again, but like something, a charity stream for that to raise awareness. That was
Down.
yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
It
great.
could be a 24-hour stream as long as John doesn't turn off the stream randomly to take a lunch break.
I didn't turn off the stream. I kept it running with the "Be Right Back" page up.
Oh
That's
my
no,
God.
that's not allowed. No.
That's just as bad.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Just as
Um,
bad.
So
It's even an hour.
I second the autism awareness. I think that's fantastic. I think we just put that on the agenda and call it,
Okay.
call it a thing.
We can
Um,
even do like what Parker was saying. We could incorporate Valorant, so we could do a Valorant charity event. If like we can combine it, we don't have to. I'm just saying like it's an idea.
Jessie out here with the big ideas. That's all I'm saying.
Seriously. Yeah, I think I love the idea of another charity event. We've talked about, wanting to do like one like a quarter, I think was what we initially talked about. So that's right in line. I love the reason for the charity. I think we could do a 24-hour as long as John can, get his mind wrapped around what 24 hours means. And then but it doesn't necessarily have to be. We could do like, no late shift. But yeah, and so the Epic, how many people are in that group? The Epic group?
I think currently we have
Four or five.
4 to 6 members. Like I said, on campus, it's a student leader position. Like it's kind of like an RA. You apply for it and everything. And like I was saying, normally we host
Campus events. but-
and each of us hosts one event by ourselves, and then one of us leads normal events. Like, well, students will remember, you guys won't, but we had what was it, Stressless Day towards May.
Yeah, the stressless days, the massage Mondays, the like make a teddy bear day.
Yeah,
We would do
what we would basically the leader of Epic would tell us one of us is in charge of the events. No offense to Parker, but 9 times out of 10 it was me.
I also wasn't a part of
Yeah,
it.
you weren't a part of it. Like,
so no offense taken.
okay, good.
I was also there helping anyways.
Yeah.
Like
Got it.
My
So-
little helper.
So I was an RA for 3.5 years, so totally get it.
yeah.
Of course you were, Roger.
So
I was.
cool.
I stayed on campus in the summers too, to be an RA for summer school.
Wow.
So let's do this. Why don't we? So Jessie,
Mm-hmm.
would you want to be in charge of kind of figuring out when to have that group join our group, or our group join one of their meetings, and then we can kind of talk through together how we want this to run? Because that and maybe find out if any of them are interested in gaming or what they could potentially do during the stream.
Well, I know none of them are interested in gaming.
Yeah.
Because they already did all of their events, and it, like,
We've reached out before.
yeah, and they're
And-
it's basically going to be me
And
saying
me.
like Epic is sponsoring this charity event, and I'm gonna be the one like making sure everything's going smoothly. And
What
then
are they into anything though? I mean, they don't have to necessarily be gamers to do something interesting on stream. Like, do any of them play an instrument? Do any of them interested in any kind of talk show where they want to do a panel on something? Like, we can think out of the box where they don't have to necessarily play a video game. But
I could ask. I could reach out, but
maybe somebody just loves, like, Below Deck or some show or something, and they're just like, I just want to talk about that.
Oh God.
Danny.
Oh, sorry. I gotta clean up all this vomit on my
I
keyboard.
could
Keep
reach
going.
out, but,
John, do you have a 3-minute delay still on?
No.
I could reach out and see. More than likely, it's gonna be no from them because this group has always been a little.
They're not the most consistent.
Yeah, they're not. They're not the most apt to join or tell anybody. Like I told them all the time. I was like, tell me when your events, and I'll come and support. And
They don't.
I would talk to the leader, and they'd be like, oh, they did their events already. And I was like, wait, what?
Wait.
So, I mean, look, I think that my 2 cents, Dustin, John, feel free to chime in. Is if we're gonna do a shared event, they need to actually do something. I'm not down for doing a shared charity event just where we tack their name on it. Because it's inauthentic. It doesn't. And I mean, what was the acronym again? Wasn't it like
Epic. So
a leader thing?
So Epic is there's a group of members, right? But it's on the specific members to lead their own events. So by tacking Epic onto the charity event, it's not saying that the other members are taking part. It's showing that Jessie has taken the leadership and the handle and the mantle of setting up an event for has like set up the event, and she's hosting it as an Epic member. And so it's her event and it's not their event. So like I understand where you're coming from.
It's like my event as an Epic member.
Yeah, but it's would be either her or me setting up an event, and it is being hosted by us or one of us through the Avis community in order to get more awareness towards what our event is supposed to be.
Right.
So
Okay. That makes a certain amount of sense. So why don't we do this? Why don't we so Jessie, if you would kind of step back and just like say, okay, how do I want this to look? How do I want the partnership to be with Epic and Avis? You and Parker kind of put your heads together, figure out what that would look like. I think it's a great idea. I love the idea of doing another charity stream. As long as it makes sense and like, there's going to be a potential to bring other students into it. And I think I like the idea.
I'm down for it. That sounds like a lot of good things.
Yeah. But so what I can do is I will message our little group chat, and I'll tell them like, hey, I'm gonna be hosting with Avis Gaming. I'm gonna be hosting a stream. Does anyone want to get involved? And I can't force them to get involved.
I don't think you should leave it open-ended, though. I think you should provide a bunch of examples, like Roger was saying, about like instruments and talk shows and stuff like that, so people don't think like, oh, streaming, that's a gaming thing, I'm not interested, and just ignore it. Like, give them like, make sure that they know, like, yeah, you could basically do like whatever you want. Like, it doesn't have to be video game.
Any interest you want
Right,
to
yeah.
Like cooking stream, makeup tutorial, music.
Yep.
Look, you can take the camera out and change the oil in your car. I don't care.
Pretty much anything you could see on YouTube, you could do on stream.
Yeah, that's a great way of saying it.
I will tell
Even
them.
anything new you've gotten into during quarantine?
like crocheting.
Yeah,
Crocheting.
I'll reach out and I'll tell them like, you can get involved and you could do whatever you want. Not inappropriate things, obviously, but and we can. It doesn't have to be gaming. Like if it's a game, like great, but you could do a makeup tutorial on there, and
Yep.
Perfect. And so what I heard was that Jessie is going to do a 4-hour stream. What I heard throughout this is Jessie's taking a 4-hour block of the charity event. Awesome.
That's what I think that's what I heard too, Roger. Yeah.
This was recorded. I heard it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be me, and I'm gonna be at work.
she's just gonna be streaming at work.
Jessie vlogging.
What's up, guys? We're here making coffee.
Oh, no,
shit!
I'm gonna
Here
be
comes
working
a customer.
No, I'm gonna be working in the hospital by then. So
Oh, that's true.
I'm gonna be doing laundry, cleaning toys. Like, what's good?
What's up, guys? We got another bedpan.
No, I don't clean bed pans.
So now I am now reaching out as well. Denny, because you did the ring fit,
Hmm.
I need your help
Okay.
because I would like to do, as Jesse said already, I would like to do a fitness stream,
Mhm.
where we get on and we just do a few hours of
Few hours. Ugh.
exercise and stretches and um
I could
how
do
I
some too.
Ring fit.
how I do that.
So to stream
Capture card.
something on the Switch, like I'm doing right now with Animal Crossing, you need a
Yeah.
capture card.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically just it's a piece of plastic like this big. If you're watching the stream, it's like
I am not.
okay, it's like 4
Great
inches.
description.
It's like 4 inches long. It's just a plastic
It
thing,
is
and on
big.
one end you've got an HDMI, and on the other end you've got a USB, and it basically connects. Like for example, in the Switch that I have the way that I have it set up right now is the cord from the Switch goes into the capture card, which then goes into the PC. Since you can't stream directly from the Switch, you have to use this capture card workaround because it's not like Xbox or PlayStation where they have like Twitch functionality built in. And then you use a program called Game Capture to actually get it on your monitor. And then from there, it's just like streaming anything else. But you just have to like acquire the capture card and then get it set up. The capture card that I have was like $250, but you don't have to like get that nice of a one. You could just get like a regular one. I got like the HD 60 FPS one, but you don't have to get that one. There's other cheaper ones out there for much less. So that's basically how you would have to do it if you wanted to stream something on the Switch, like Ring Fit Adventure. There are other fitness games though on the Xbox that might be better for you if you don't want to spend the money on a capture card for one event. It might be nice to have though if you're thinking about maybe streaming more Switch content in the future. Then you have it. You can also record stuff for yourself even if you're not streaming it. So
That's fair. Okay.
I could try to
Cool.
find some like cheaper ones for you that have good reviews.
Yeah,
send them
and then
over.
I'll try to reach out to oh, I didn't ever say when I would like to. Sometime in March, I think is a good idea. It could be our big stream for March. If we have the time for that. If not, I understand. We'll figure something else out.
I mean, like that's pretty much like, if you want to do it, you can make it happen. You know what I mean? It's not a matter of like if there's time. The only thing you would need to do is just make sure that it doesn't interfere with any of the other matches or anything else that we have going on. But
Weekend stream.
yeah, exactly. Like the weekends are pretty much free, so you can just do whatever you want on the weekends for the most part.
Okay.
I got an idea, John. I mentioned this to you before, but I would like to do BlizzCon Friday and Saturday. That's what's going on too. I want to do a stream.
Is that this weekend?
It's this weekend, actually. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, have at it. there's nothing going on.
So all right, so this goes to a point that we had, Dustin, that you missed last week. Was we were talking about trying to find somebody to create a position that's like the official streamer position, right? That was like a backup. That's not just John. Kind of want to throw that out there. I'm gonna voluntold you a little bit on this one. See, Chris, it's not just you. Could
One
you,
time does not make it not just
could
me.
you potentially like try to start poking at your CIS students and be like, hey, look, we're looking for something. I don't know if you're part of the gaming club, whatever, but it's a CIS related skill set. Just because we really should figure out like, John's taking this from like where it was to an awesome place. But I think we should like really get a handle on like who owns the password, make sure everybody knows they have their OBS set up so that they can take it with the real overlay, so it's not just like a no no overlay channel when they stream. Just kind of the gatekeeper that's a club member, and then that person will work with John. So I don't know. That was just a thought. If you could potentially help lead the charge with that, and then Parker,
that sounds.
on the flip side, while Dustin's doing that, Parker, part of the conversation of like what Jessie was alluding to about your leadership, like figuring that out for the future. I think we just pull that out of that project and like short run, like have you do the message of like, hey, we want somebody that's a backup streamer, and see if we can kind of poke the club.
Okay.
Because I just think that like we should get somebody that is, you know, that's their gig, right? They understand how to help people with capture cards. They understand how to set up people up with cameras if, you know, people want to take the stream. And my circuitous reason for saying this is this workout stream is John and Dustin. I think anybody that has access to the channel, if they want to turn the channel live, as long as they're not competing with an event, they should just turn the channel live whenever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Do we agree?
Yes.
I'm
100%.
down for that. Yeah.
Like if you want to Parker, if you want to do workout streams every Saturday because you want to do that, have at it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, that would get me into a position where I would have to commit myself to actually working out.
Mhm.
There you go. So I just heard that we have Saturday workout streams with Parker.
Once
But,
I
like-
get everything figured out, but yes.
I'd be down to be a part of streaming. I just don't really know how to run anything.
But thank you,
Most
Chris.
of my
Thank you.
friends.
I appreciate that because you're a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
Is I would be down to take the channel over and do something, but I don't know how. We need to get somebody that's dedicated to being like, well, I'll spend time. I'll sit down with you. I'll tell you the equipment you need. I'll help you set up your stream room. You know, make sure that your dresser's not covered with stuff in the background when you're streaming. Like,
Mhm.
you know, that kind of stuff. So
I've done a lot of streaming over the years, so I can definitely testify that and find some students and people in general. I mean, just students in general that would like to do that, would be part of this club and do that. That's something that's necessary, I think, at this point. I mean, we're hitting a high peak here with the number of club members here, but also in general for this whole process, I think we need to have a person dedicated to that. That's a good point.
well, we're getting good volume. What's our peak? What was our peak? I thought I saw like 15 or 16 in the chat. John, is that true?
You're talking about like all time or just this
Yeah,
past
what's our-
week?
What's this like? Look at the last like couple months stats. I think we peaked at like 15 or 16 at one point, right?
Well, if we go back to Extra Life, when Jen was streaming the Overwatch event, we hit 34 viewers.
Yeah. So a non like just a regular night, right?
Yeah, just a
Mm.
regular night. Well, a regular night for, well, I mean, I guess it's, 99% or 90% ECAC matches right now, but for the most part, yeah, we average between 10 and 20.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if like my point is if we can get it so that the club has the tools, the knowledge, skills, and tools they need to be able to just turn the channel on. John, I think we should just like work with that person that we identify to say, hey, this is when matches are. You work with that person to make sure that they don't grab the channel when a match is going to be live, and then anybody that wants to that gets keys to the channel can stream whatever the heck they want.
Yeah, I like the idea of kind of a streaming gatekeeper who like has the schedule and makes sure that nothing is overlapping and there's no conflicts and like helps people out with getting started streaming if they want to.
How would we find someone like that though? Do we have like any majors related to like doing that?
I mean,
Well, it's
there's
funny that you asked
communities
that because we
around.
do have an
Bessette.
amazing major in gaming and esports management that's rolling out next term. Anybody that's interested can come.
Crispy, are you actually trolling right now?
No.
The funny thing is, to go alongside that, we also have the assistant director of the CIS department or something like this. Right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
So
present.
we have Roger and Bessette. So we should
Mhm.
really have like a person within like a week and a half.
Yeah,
But-
well, that's why Dustin will have a better. I think he'll have a better chance of grabbing somebody right away. But yeah, so all right, so we'll get that figured out. That way we can help people make sure that we have some controls over who owns who really has the knowledge to make sure that because I would like to see the overlays. Like if I one of my things is making sure that I have the right overlays if I grab the channel. When Dustin goes to stream, is he using the right overlays? So yeah, so that's awesome. I was just looking to see if BlizzCon is allowed to be streamed.
I was just gonna ask that. Dustin, are
So I'm
you
looking
getting the
too.
virtual ticket?
Yeah, I was gonna
free
get the
this
virtual
year.
ticket for it. Yeah,
I don't know if you can actually stream that.
Yeah, but
legally.
it's free this year.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
because
you
it's
can, but I'm
because it's
looking
all
into it too.
virtual, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they see that's the only reason I think. Yeah, so BlizzCon 2021 virtual tickets. Since this year's event is completely online, you won't need a virtual ticket to watch. All
Oh,
BlizzCon
okay,
2021 events will be free to watch.
okay.
I have to imagine because they're not gating it behind a cash pay, that they're backing off on.
Yeah, that's
that.
probably fine then. Yeah.
But let me look a little deeper and make sure because I don't want to, you know.
You might just have to host, like the way there might just be a way that you have to do it where you just have to like. I don't know if you can keep your chat open and keep the camera on if you're hosting or whatever, but yeah, we'll
It
just find
might
out.
be for the certain league regions, you can do like you can actually do a full watch party where you can show the main cast and talk over it as a content creator. But for certain other regions, like in Europe, because of certain country regulations, you can't do that. So what they do is they put they put the camera, they put the chat, and then they put like a timer on, I don't know, whatever stream or whatever the game time is, and so you don't see any of the game there, but you just sync it up with the actual official stream and kind of play it as a both together and then listen to one while watching the other kind of thing. So maybe something like that is allowed.
That's interesting. But yeah, Dustin, go ahead and look into that, and then let us
You
know.
got it. I will. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have anything they want to bring up here?
Me.
Go ahead, Parker.
One last thing another thing for you. When are you gonna teach me how to use OBS? You brought that up last week when I was streaming that I'm hot garbage, and I knew that. But
Roger,
you also
can we have a
gonna-
course around OBS? Roger, can we build a course around OBS? That'd be a beautiful thing.
I mean, it is going to be part of the new media and streaming class in the gaming and esports management program. Just saying.
But since I love you so much, Parker, I'll give you the shitty version for free.
Sick, 'cause I graduate soon.
Yeah, well, that's again, look, just proving the point that we need that person.
Yeah.
So John, you're up on that. And then Chris, you can fix all the things that John did wrong.
Hey,
No. I can't fix any of it. I can just flame him for doing it wrong.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the difference.
He doesn't actually offer any advice. He just says, "You suck."
Fair enough.
Factually
Fair
correct.
enough. So for next week, I have 2 more minutes, and then I got to run to the next meeting. So next week we'll have that outline, right, of leadership change of power. Right, boys?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it later.
yeah,
Later, right?
And I say right, boys, because I know Jessie probably tried to get you guys together. So I need to get that.
Yeah, I don't know what
It-
you're talking about.
Oh,
You can send the receipts, okay?
I love it.
Don't tempt her. She's petty.
Really?
All right, sounds good. Parker, just DM me. We could set up a time to talk about it.
He'll ignore you for 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah,
not
no-
true.
Probably.
That is not true
You
at
have to
all.
schedule a specific time on his calendar.
Yes,
And then
Yeah.
he'll ignore you up until 2 minutes before the scheduled time.
that is correct. But I will be there on time.
He won't respond.
At the
by saying
previously
he'll be there.
agreed upon time, I will be there. All right. So are we concluding the meeting then? Any last
Yes.
thoughts?
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you, everyone. Good
Read
meeting.
the
Great
report
work.
chat.
Chat, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.